Happy wife, happy life. Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, someone wanted to get my take on the philosophy of happy life, happy wife. If the wife is not happy, everyone suffers. The household is not going to be at peace or whatever. And you know what? I've never really bought into this concept. I've just never really bought into it. Because I know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work. I've seen it not work with so many people. So, I remember when I first started hearing, it was a campaign that they started I started hearing about it in the late 90s. Happy life, happy wife. It was, I think it came out, I'm going to say early 98. I'm gonna say early 98. This is when I first started hearing about it, and I was in the Navy at the time. Now maybe it came out before that. I was overseas, so maybe it's possible, but that they started using this concept before I even heard about it. But I was overseas, and when I came back to visit my family at the time, I started hearing this. It was a commercial that they came out with. And I think it was Valentine's Day. One of these holidays, man. And after the commercial, it started to spread like wildfire. That same message, happy life, happy wife. It started to be in movies. It started to be in magazines. It started to be everywhere. And people started saying it. Guys started saying it. Guys, they bought into it. Women started saying it. So it kind of went viral, so to speak, back in the day, before the internet really came about, really. You know? So it sounds good on the surface. But if you really sit back and think about it, it doesn't work. See, I'm a practical thinking person. Practical thinking, forward thinking person. And once you make a decision to become a practical thinking person, you're going to simplify things. And things are going to be simple. Your life is going to be much more simple. You'll be able to accomplish much more than you've done before. Trust me on this. I'm proving fact of this. And if you really look at all the guys that you know that buy into this concept, most of them are not happily married. And even if they are happily married, they're probably not going to tell you. If they're not, they're probably not going to be honest with you. But if you really look at their life, the wife, the kids, whatever they're doing, ask yourself this. Would you trade places with them? Ask yourself that question. With all the philosophy, because see, if you go to them and you try to argue with them or give them a bit different perspective on a better idea or a different concept, they'll disagree and try to argue with you or whatever. You know, that's what's going to happen 9 times out of 10. Even though they're not happy. Because a lot of these guys feel neglected. Because happiness is an inside job. Nobody can make you happy. Someone can please you. Someone can show you a good time. But no one can actually make you happy. That's an inside job. This is why it doesn't work. This is why a lot of guys they'll say things like, man, it's hard to please her. Because you're trying too hard. That's why. Every time you have to try hard to do something, really, it usually doesn't work out. If you have to pull and beg and struggle, and it usually doesn't work out. It's usually it's stuff that usually comes about as far as getting results. It's usually a natural progression. They usually end up like that. Now, in the beginning, if you're learning something brand new, something that you never done before, now it's gonna be a little difficult. But because you're building a discipline. If you don't give up so easily, you're building a discipline. You're building a muscle. But if you've been dealing with the same woman, same man for years, and they still whining and complaining, talking about how they're not happy, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You just bought into it because you thought you can make this person happy for whatever reason, and now the kids is feeling neglected, you feeling neglected. So we all got to suffer because this one person ain't happy. I think that's a very childlike mentality to have. Why we all got to suffer because of one person? Because you didn't go to the restaurant you wanted to go to, because you couldn't go on a vacation this year, because the boss said something you didn't like, so now you come home venting on everybody. We all gotta take the heat because of something somebody done at the job. Come on, man. What are we doing out here? What are we doing out here, man? And all you're gonna do, if you buy into this, all you're going to do is destroy your relationships. That's all you're gonna do. Really. I mean, I don't know one guy that's happily married that bought into this concept. Happy life, happy wife. I don't know one guy. Not one. And even the ones that would say they're happily married, they're not. They're not. They're not really. Because I've met guys that I didn't even know, like strangers at some event or restaurant or bar or something like that. And if you listen to the woman, she tells one story how she's so happy and she's she have no worries and everything. And if you listen to the guy, totally different story. He's talking about how miserable he is. I always thought that was interesting. If you talk to most couples, you get two different versions of experiences of them living together, of them being married. I always thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, I always thought somebody's not being honest about, or somebody's delusional or something. It's either or. Either someone's being dishonest or someone's delusional. That's why I always said. So people are good at putting on a good face. That's what I've learned over the years. They're good on. They're almost professional at putting on a good face. So most people that you're around, 9 times out of 10, even if you're a screw up, they're not gonna tell you you're a screw up. I've learned this over the years. Most people have people around them that really never told them the truth. That never really told them to shut up. Sit down and shut up. We don't want to hear that crap. Everyone needs to have at least one person around them that's going to be honest with them and not kiss up and try to collect brownie points all the time and not tell them how great they are when they haven't really done anything. And see, in America, there's a lot of this going on. A lot of people that you meet, people that you probably around, you might be one of these people. They think that they done so much. And these people are very, they walk around telling people this. And their family, people at work, telling people how, they're bragging about themselves. Talking about how great they are. How I've worked a 40-hour work week. I'm so tired. I've worked so hard. You know, I got a car and a nice place to live, and they're bragging about this. But meanwhile, they're turning people off around them. People don't like being around them. They don't have any friends. And the crazy thing is they're so clueless, they can't even pick up on the signs. That's how clueless a lot of people are out here. And these people that are around them won't say anything. They'll just stay away from them or try to avoid them. Or most of these people won't answer their calls. So you got people that think they're doing something. They think they've accumulated a lot, but they really haven't done anything. A lot of these women, men and women, they don't even have no kids. A lot of these women can't even have kids. And a lot of these couples that have gotten together, they should have never been together in the first place. But the reason why it ended up being this way is because the woman, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, manipulated the guy and to believing that she was somebody else. But when they got married, that's when she got comfortable and just started being herself and showing her true colors. And then when he calls her out, now he's horrible now. So he goes from the hero to the zero, all because he couldn't make me happy. But a lot of times these same women, they come from a completely different background. The way they were raised is completely different. But when they get with you, okay, they get brand new now because they got a job, a car, and a decent place to live. So now she's better than you now. And this is what happens a lot out here. You know, so in the beginning, your word was good. You probably taught her a lot of things, but at some point, she forgot about that. Because, you know, happy life, happy wife. It's your duty to make her happy now. It's all about her now. Forget how she was raised. This is her mind. This is her mindset. So there's no guy that feels good about himself that's going to put up with that very long. Eventually, he's going to plan his exit. That's what's going to happen. The only guy that will stay in a relationship where he's neglected, being disrespected, is a guy that's with low self-esteem. A guy that don't think he can do better. And a lot of times, A lot of these women that buy into this concept, they go for the guy with the beta guy or the guy with low self-esteem, because they know they can control him. They know they can manipulate him. But any guy with that have a little bit of confidence in themselves, feels good about himself, knows where he's going in life, he ain't gonna go along with that but so long. It's only a matter of time he's gonna plan his exit. Might take a couple months, might take a couple years, but he'll plan his exit. And the reason why I know this, because I've been there. I've had this experience twice in my life. Twice. I've had women pretty much flip the script on me, man. They presented themselves one way, and as soon as we started living under the same roof, she flip-flop. Change all the rules. All because it was really my fault. Because I didn't set the boundaries. That's the mistake that I made. I didn't set any boundaries. I was passive. I was very passive. I didn't set any boundaries. I pretty much went with the flow of things. I left things by chance. And this is something that a lot of guys do today, that I see that's in the 20s. And when I was in my 20s, I used to make mistakes like that. I used to get close to women with no purpose. We just having fun. We just chilling, having a good time, and things kind of just play out. Nobody really knows where things is going. But at least I didn't know where things were going. But at some point, the women will be like, wait a minute, where is this going? You know? So I always say, don't leave things by chance. You have to take the lead. You're the man. If you let women take the lead, oh boy, that's gonna end up more than likely in a place where you don't want to be, and you know, it's gonna put you in a position where you're probably gonna be taken advantage of, more than likely. Now, a smart woman that can see the big picture when it comes to family, when it comes to you as a man, is not gonna take advantage of you. Even though she can, but she ain't gonna do it because it's gonna conflict with her morals and her character. But you're not dealing with most people like that out here. Most people out here are broken. Most people out here, if they can take advantage of you, if you're vulnerable, and if they can take advantage of you, they probably will. They probably will. They probably will, because they're broken. See, a lot of people don't have integrity out here. See, it's what happens when people aren't watching you. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do when somebody sees you and they be like, yo, give this money to your boy? Do you get the money to your boy, the exact amount? Or do you take a couple dollars out? That's what integrity is. Integrity is like, hey, the same amount of money that dude told you to give to your buddy, that's the same amount of money you hand off to your buddy, your boy. But most people, they're looking to cut corners. So if this guy give you $500, 9 times out of 10, some people, a good large percentage of people, They'll be like, okay, it's $500. Okay, I'm gonna give them $400. Yeah, most people looking to cut corners. A lot of people lack integrity, so they're always trying to get over on people in any way, shape, or form. A lot of people are like this. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned early on. See, because I thought everyone was like me. I thought everyone was 100. I thought everyone was keeping it real, man. But see, in this country, especially, almost everything that you see on television, magazines, any form of media, 90% is lies. See, regardless of what field, I don't care what field you work in, what profession, what job you got to get past the lies before you get to the truth. Because see, people have gotten good at presenting themselves in a so-called good light. See, what they project, it ain't what it is 90% of the time. But what's behind the curtain, that's what really goes on. That's what really goes down. So happiness is an inside game. It really is. Now, I wrote about this in my newest book that's coming out next month. It's really an inside job. Happiness, self-esteem, discipline, all that stuff is an inside job. Now, some people will say, hey, well, you can train someone to teach someone to be happy or teach someone to be disciplined. Yeah, but it ain't gonna last long. It ain't someone can teach you. Yeah, they can teach you how to discipline yourself. They can train you certain aspects, but it ain't gonna last long. Because anything outside of you, any type of training that someone else shows you, is weak. It's gonna fall if it's outside of you. But if that's why they always say it can't be on you, it gotta be in you. That's what that really means. So hey man, ultimately at the end of the day, you have to live your own life. You have to make your own decisions. You have to do what's best for you and what works for you. So hey man, that's all I got in this video. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to my channel, check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.